So final step in the assembly is using liquid silicone to seal the switches. So if you have any silicone on your gloves, you're going to be touching the outside of the switches. It's good to wipe your gloves clean to make sure that you're not leaving any excess silicone on the outside of the switches. We're going to be using Loctite, and I've put some Loctite in this syringe right here. And then, as you can see, the application for it though is quite slow. But let's go through it. Okay, so here's a switch that needs to be sealed. I do a quick visual check and I make sure that this that the wire is well seated inside the enclosure, in the body of the enclosure. And with the syringe, I'm going to come in through the bottom like that until I see the syringe on the inside. And I'm just going to fill. Fill the whole inside, and then you can see it actually like change color. I'm going to fill until the silicone comes around over the top of the PCB. You can actually go and switch sides, like with the head of the needle to the other side, and fill here. And that's about where you want to stop. You see it starting to change color, like right there. You want to stop right there. Okay. So if there's silicone on the back, this is where you need to wipe. So as you can see, there's a little bit of silicone, so we're just going to wipe that up. Real easy. Okay, that's done. It's filled. You can see that there's silicone there. It's filled up to here. You can see that there's silicone there. Wipe the tip of the syringe, and then we're just going to do one dot of silicone on the opposite end of the enclosure. So you can actually be able to see that. Fills just a little bit, and that's it, done. And if you did it right, you don't even need to wipe because there's no silicone there. See, but there's a little shiny bit on my glove. So you want to wipe your glove to make sure that there's no shiny bits, because we don't want shiny silicone on the outside of the enclosure. So do one more visual check, make sure there's no silicone on it, and that's good, done. On to the next one. So, same thing. Turn it around to the other side, and you see it fill on the bottom. Fill this side too. Make sure there's no at the inside. See that the silicone's filled to here on both sides. Swipe the tip. And then one dot of silicone in the front. And that's done. You see that? It's perfect. Good. We'll do another one. Let's do one with a spacer in it. Whoop. Here's one with a spacer. Same thing. I usually put the needle into one side and then fill. And you see the silicone. Put it in the other side. Fill that side too. Flip it around. Okay, so this one has a little bit too much in it. Now when I press down, okay, so that's good. You filled it up to this point, and this is filled up to there. There's a lot of silicone coming out, so I'm just gonna give that a wipe. So the best is obviously to not put too much silicone. That way you don't have to wipe a lot. Okay, that looks good. Except no silicone on my gloves anywhere where it's not supposed to be. Just do one dot in the front. So you can see it. You're going to see exactly where the silicone is. Looks good. Still a couple more. This one has an insert too. Okay. Make sure that it's nice and clean. And then the one dot here. Done. Quick visual check, make sure there's no silicone. There's a little bit of silicone there on the edge, but that's still acceptable. I'm gonna wipe it up anyways. Okay. Looks good. Yeah. Good. I'll do one more. And then lesson is over. Okay. Silicone fills up to there and up to there. I'll wipe the tip of this so I can do the one dot on the other side. Make sure my gloves aren't carrying silicone anywhere, so I'm not getting it on the outside of the enclosure. Just do a quick little dot right there. There's none on the inside or outside, so it's good to go. Okay, that's the last part of the assembly, which is gluing with some Loctite.